Crackdown on the Sega Genesis. This was originally a Sega-produced arcade game in 1989. Crackdown was released for the Genesis, aka the Mega Drive, in 1990. Let's take a look at some gameplay. Stage 1, Act 1. Very theatrical. The control scheme is very similar to Berserk. You fire in the direction that you are running, or walking at a very slow, relaxed pace, which is what this guy does in the game. I wish he could run or hurry up, considering that the entire objective of this game is to plant explosives and clear each level as quickly as possible. It's like he has nowhere to be. Dude, you've got to get out of there before your explosives go off. I see that in the future they don't hire the brightest people for their dirty work. The A button changes guns, the B button fires, and the C button lets loose a smart bomb-like super grenade thing. You can't jump, and you certainly can't hold down a button and move faster. Seriously, I'm surprised he doesn't just sit down and clip his toenails while he's in there. It doesn't really have the most exciting music out there, does it? I found this Crackdown game cartridge for all of $2 recently, and spent some time with the game. It's not one of my favorite Genesis games, but if you like this style, it may be worth a look for you. You can play two-player. As you see, there's two screens on the bottom. If you play with a friend, they'll obviously see themselves on the right screen. There's a standard variety of enemies. Some of them you have to shoot once, some of them you shoot twice. It's generally not advisable to try to confront them head-on if they can fire at you. Rather, you can hug the wall and then pop out and shoot them. Or you can hit them at an angle like the robots in Berserk. My biggest gripe with this game is that sometimes you'll go to shoot somebody at an angle and then your guy will automatically just hug the wall and it'll throw everything off and then you'll get, destroyed. Crackdown is not terribly difficult to find, and it certainly won't cost you very much. If you don't want to buy the Genesis cartridge, you can find it on Wii Virtual Console. It is a challenging game. It's not a bad game. I've played far worse, but I've also played far better. Although I've never seen the arcade original, if you find a screenshot online, you can see they've done a nice job bringing Crackdown from the arcade to the Sega Genesis. It looks very similar. My favorite part of Crackdown is without a doubt the cutscenes and the outfits that Ben and Andy are wearing. Those are awesome. I think that they're supposed to be watching the explosion, but they look like deer in headlights staring at a strobe light. One of the cool things about a game like this is that it suspends disbelief in such a way that you don't even question why there's a wrecking ball swinging back and forth for no apparent reason, or the fact that you have to just run around it to get somewhere else. Why are there tiles that move back and forth hovering over a bottomless pit? And if I want to have those installed at my home, who do I contact? Is that something an average contractor can do, or do I have to go to some kind of secret department in the government? They're not very effective though, because you can sort of walk from one to the other if you time it properly. I just wanted to test it and make sure that it was indeed bottomless. It is. Maybe those moving tiles are more effective than I thought. This isn't a terrible game, but like I said, not one of my favorites. However, if you want to check it out, Crackdown will not cost you all that much. And you can test those bottomless pits for yourself, just to make sure they continue working, that there's no malfunction with the bottomless pit. I'm not sure how you'd break a bottomless pit. Maybe by installing a bottom. Here's the part that finally pushed me over the edge. I couldn't take it anymore. I can't stand these parts of games where you have to dodge electrical things. They suck. Bottomless pits make sense. Electrocuting people? That's stupid. I decided to play Afterburner 2 instead. I figured that was a better use of my time on my Genesis.